Hey everyone, a while ago I did a cover of Chop Suey by System of a Down in standard tuning. A bunch of people have asked me on how to play it this way, so this video will be a tutorial on that. There is a tab linked in the description below, so please download that and follow along, and let's get to it. Here we go. So this is the intro of Chop Suey in standard. I let the acoustic guitar play around once, and then I come in with this riff. Okay, so that's all on the D and G strings. It's going to be 3rd fret on the G and 5th fret on the D, and then that's all palm muted as well. Slide that shape up 2 frets to 5th fret and 7th fret. Down to the 2nd fret and 3rd fret. And then to the open G string and the 1st fret on the D string. Okay, so you do that one time. And then the next 2 times, we're going to flip the pattern around. So rather than going G string, D string, we're going to start on the D string first. So the next pattern goes like this. And then we have a little build up there on the end. So same shapes as before, but just going D string, G string, D string, G string, that way around instead. And at the end, it's just the 1st fret on the D and the open G, and we're going to build up that. And I kind of gradually release the palm mute there. Now we're on to the main riff, which sounds like this. Okay, it's a bit tricky to play, but I'll break down the frets. So it's 4th fret down to 3rd fret. This is all on the low E string, and you're going to go. Then you move it down 1 fret to 3rd fret and 2nd fret. Then move it up to the 6th fret and 5th fret. And then finally the 8th fret and 6th fret. Okay, you do that 2 times, and then we break it down to single notes, and we're just going to go 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 5th fret, 8th fret. And you do that also 2 times. Now we're on to the verse riff, which goes like this. Okay, so it starts on the 4th fret, power chord on the bottom 2 strings, so 4th fret and 6th fret on the low E string and A string, and you're going to go down to the 3rd fret, like that, and then we're going to go, so that's just back and forth between the 4th fret and the 3rd fret, and then you do the same thing as before, but 3rd fret down to 2nd fret, same power chord shape. And back up again. So it basically bounces between those 2 sets of frets. So I'll do it really slowly. Okay, and as you can see, it's palm muted for the whole riff except for the parts. So both verses are the same, and there's no variation in the verse, so that basically covers the 1st and the 2nd verse. Then we're into the 1st chorus, which goes like this. Okay, it's a bit tricky to play. I'll break it down slowly. It's basically the same shapes we used in the beginning, the 3 and 5, 7 and 5, 3 and 2, 1st and open on the D and G strings, but we're adding this low G note on the low E string that we're chugging. This is all palm muted, by the way. So gonna go like this. Okay, it's always that pattern: low E string, G, D, low E string, G. Okay, that's the same picking pattern on each shape. And the end in there has the first fret and open G string, and you strum it 4 times. If you're struggling with this big reach on the second shape, you can do it this way instead, which is the first fret on the B string and second fret on the G string as a substitute of the 5th fret on the G and the 7th fret on the D. After the first chorus, we go back to the main riff. But instead of going to the single note part here, we don't do that. Instead, we kind of do a variation of the verse riff, which just goes like that. So it's just back and forth between the 4th fret and the 3rd fret in power chords with a palm mute. Okay, and that's during the scream part. So if I put the whole post-chorus riff together, it will go like this. And that leads us right back into the second verse. So the second chorus starts off the same as the first chorus, like this. Okay, you do that 2 times round, but then there's an additional part which goes like this. Okay, so that's just the same shapes as the intro on the D and G strings, and the picking pattern is okay, D, G, D, D, G, D, D, G. And then at the very end, we just ring out one chord here before the middle section starts. After the second chorus comes the middle section, so that's going to sound like this. So it's like an extended version of the main riff. So the first time round, you do it with no palm muting. Play that 2 times. The second time, the exact same riff, but with palm muting. And the third time, you go to the single notes. Okay, after the middle section, we're into the sort of last chorus, outro section where everything breaks down. This is pretty easy. It goes like this. Okay, so it's just 3 power chords. 3rd fret on the low E and A string, power chord, and then you move up to the 6th fret, so 6th fret and 8th fret on the A and D strings. Then you hop down to the 6th fret and 8th fret on the low E string and the A string. and then back up to the second chord shape on the A and D string on the 6th fret and 8th fret. So it's just those 3 chords in that order. You do them as straight chords with no rhythm, and then as it starts picking up, you do it with this rhythm. And that just follows the drum beat, basically. The only change is right at the end when it says, "and angels deserve to die," and it kind of pushes like this. So that's the very last sort of chord of the song. So I'll just play through the last bit so you can get an idea of how that fits in with the rhythm. And then you just ring out on that last chord and you're done. So there we have it. I hope that was helpful for you. Please like this video and share it. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I will be doing a few more tutorials based on my Songs in Standard series. And if you have any requests for the Songs in Standard series, then let me know in the comments below and I'll see what I can do in future videos. Cheers, thanks.